I gave my husband majority of the credit for me being who I am. I believe that the Most High gave my husband to me for me to become the woman that I am. And on January 3rd, I lost my husband. And anybody that follows me, seen me on any podcast, you all know how I love that man. You all know that I pull no punches when it comes to him, when it comes to talking about him, the provider, the father, the protector, the head of my family. I've always been very transparent with that and shared that with you all. So, like I said, on January 3rd, my husband passed away. And this is the hardest thing I have ever had to do in my life. He's been in my life so long that I don't know how to move forward. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to live every day like I did before, with him not in my life, with him not in this world, with him not on this planet. I did not expect it. He wasn't sick. It was very unexpected. Let me just say that. It was very unexpected what happened to him. And this is why you haven't seen me online. You haven't seen me post any content. I've been really, really quiet because I'm trying to embrace my new reality. And my new reality is, how do I live and move forward without my husband? Without the other half of me? Without the man who, like I've always said, helped me to become the woman that I am. So I was hoping that in doing this live and sharing this with you, that there are people who may have the same situation that I'm dealing with, that have lost somebody, that, that could probably, that we can talk and we could, I don't know what to do, right? I know a lot about a lot of things, but I don't know a lot about this. And I told myself I wasn't going to cry when I got on here, but I haven't been talking about it. I haven't really, I cut myself off from the world, really, because what do I want to talk about? My husband is gone. He's gone. And I don't know what to do with that. I don't know. How do you continue to live your life as normal when somebody has been in your life, from junior high school? How do you do that? How am I supposed to do that? I don't know. Loss is a thing. I've lost a lot in my life. I lost a lot of people. I lost my dad. I've lost a nephew. I've lost grandparents. I have suffered a great deal of loss, but none of it hits the way that this is hitting. None of it. And I just feel so lost. I feel out of control. I feel alone. I can't even begin to tell you what I feel. But I know that this is not something that I would want my worst enemy to deal with. That man was my everything. That man was the best father I could have ever asked for when it came to my children. He believed in me. He believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. He gave me the courage to do what I do now, to get on platforms, to start a YouTube channel, to everything. I wrote a book. I was writing a book when all of this happened, and he told me that I could and I could do it and it would be great, that I have a lot to say. Like, he fed into me so much. That I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. What do you do with that? What do you do when the love of your life, the father of your children, your husband, your best friend, what do you do when they're not there anymore? What does that look like? I said I wasn't gonna cry. I said I wasn't. But how many people, how many of you loved and lost? Whether it didn't have to be a wife or a husband, but like, who lost a partner, a significant other? It was so bad for me that I packed up my entire house because I can't stay there. Everything around it reminded me of him. Everything. I smelling his clothes, smelling just his scent that just embodied our bedroom, and laying in this bed that he and I slept in together, and then to look over and he's not there. I couldn't stay there. So I packed up my whole house. I packed up everything, and I came to stay with my mother because I couldn't be there. So now I have to find another place to live, but that's okay. Because right now I need to be surrounded by family and people who love me. My daughter is not taking this well at all. She was a complete daddy's girl. Complete. And she graduates college in May. And she was so upset because her dad won't be there to be able to see her graduate. She asked me a question the other day, and it was a relationship question. And I mean, all of you who watch my content, I'm big on relationships and how to navigate those and manage those. And the answer that I gave her, I guess she didn't, it wasn't what she was looking for. And then she started crying and said, Dad wouldn't have told me that. He would have told me something different. And in that moment, I felt like, am I going to be, because she had two parents, right? So am I going to be enough to guide her through these waters? Because I'm big on father, mother. The father has a significant role, and then I have my role, which is significant, and together I don't know. I lost the love of my life. He's gone. But I hold on to my faith. because to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. I know that. I know it. I had to tell my daughter, I know that we loved him, but the Most High loved him more, and he let us borrow him. It's so crazy because you know how people say, when somebody passes away, people say, you know, that person knew that they were going to go because of something that they said, something that they did. It might have been out of the ordinary. It might not have been, how they usually are. And I want to say, maybe about 2 days before he passed away, us not knowing, us, of course, we didn't know it was going to happen, but we had one of the most heartfelt, spirit moving conversations that we have ever had. And my husband looked at me and said that, he said, I really don't know what my purpose is. He was like, I sit and I think, like, what was I put on this earth to do? Like, and I guess in that moment he was feeling insecure, and he was feeling he needed to be validated in that moment by me. And I told him, I don't know what the grand scheme is of, why the Most High put any of us here, right? But what I do know that one of the reasons that you were put here was to be my husband and to be a father to our children. The way that he managed and ran this house, said that was your purpose, baby. Your purpose was to come and to impact my life and to impact our son, to impact our daughter, to impact our grandkids, because the lessons and the jewels that he gave them all is going to resonate with them for the rest of their life. I just don't know. And then to top everything off, with as if losing my husband wasn't enough, there's a battle between me and his family right now. As if losing him wasn't enough, now I have to fight legally. I'm in legal disputes with his family. A family that never contributed anything to our world, our life, our kids, our grandkids, our well-being, nothing. I am now at war with these people legally. It's so funny what money will make people do. It is so funny the extent that people will go to benefit off of the death of somebody. My husband wasn't even cold yet before it started, before the money hungry, the manipulation, and all of that started. He wasn't even gone yet. And people are trying to get his thing, try to I can't really get into real details about it because, like I said, I am fighting his family legally right now. But it just amazes me. In all of the years that he and I have been together, I never talked to his family as much as I did when he passed away. And it wasn't because they were giving me or my children condolences. It was because they were arguing and fighting with me and trying to manipulate situations and trying to take advantage of the vulnerability that I was feeling. I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. I couldn't go to work. I had to take disability because I couldn't work. I can't work. I can't function. I can't do what it is I'm supposed to do right now because my other half is not here. And then I have to fight his family. So I'm in therapy. My daughter is in therapy. We are just trying to grasp this new concept that that my husband is no longer here. And so that's why you guys haven't been seeing me. This is why I haven't been posting. This is why I've been very quiet, is because I lost the love of my life. And I was going to stop creating, and I was going to no longer write any more books or do any of the things that I do. But I know that my husband, he was my muse. He was my guidance. He my voice of reason, my conscience, my everything. And he would not want me to not continue to do the work that I do when it comes to us as a people, as a community, Black men, helping that Black children, all of the things that I do. He wouldn't want me to stop that. And so I'm not. But I just need a little bit of patience and grace from you all, that if I'm not pumping up content or things like that, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I'm trying to deal with the loss that I and you know what I just said just now, I just named all of these things that he was to me, right? And I am a God-fearing woman. I'm not religious. I live by the scriptures that are in the Holy Bible, right? And what I just said just now of him being all of these things, I wonder if I put too much onto him and in some way he became an idol to me, or he was my God, and that's why I'm just so confused. I'm so confused. How do I do this thing called life without him? How? Oh. I don't know. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I've never. Oh Well, I'm not gonna be on here long. I'm not gonna keep you long. I'll say that. I just needed to tell you all that. Because I share so much with you. And I just needed to share that information with you guys too. And and once everything is, the dust is settled and cleared, then I'm gonna definitely give you full detail of what it is that I'm going through with his family right now. It's very ugly. People can be so wicked. Oh, gosh. Okay. So, I'm going to... Oh, I love you. I love you too. Thank you. Thank you. I need all of the prayers that I can get. I need all of them. I didn't want to get on here and do this. I thought it was okay. I thought it was long enough. So, I'm going to end the live, but again, I just wanted to let you know what was going on in my life. But I'm still here. I can just wrap my head around this thing.